To introduce the next category, my fellow trustee, Neville Young, Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, former President of the New Zealand National Party, and Neville is also a legend in the New Zealand business and legal community. Neville, please take the stage.
My experience of Liz was as a staunch friend, a joint conspirator in the Friday lunchtime sessions that used to take place in the back of this room, which was then the back room, as it was called in inverted commas. And she was really the only beautiful thing to ever penetrate that place. And she obtained a mana amongst the club members, who are not, in those days, were not necessarily interested in listening to the views of women. They more saw them as a decorative accessory and producers of children at the appropriate time and assistants for the educational programs. And she, Liz, she cast a bit of a spell over them, I have to say. And actually, Richard Kemp, who couldn't be here tonight, and I first took her to the back room, and we were amazed at the effect that she had on the boys. And I'm sure it had made the same effect of you when you were young Pete. But I have a dark secret to share with you, that Liz and I shared a dark and secret passion. And it's almost unfashionable to say this. I have an absolute passion for business. And it's not fashionable to say that now, but the prosperity and the future of our country are driven by business, by entrepreneurship, by risk-taking, by being prepared to train for the great battle, to reap the rewards of success or failure and try again. Nothing is built without that spirit. And it lived in Liz. And Pete encouraged it, I have to say. And it lives in my heart too. So I'm very happy to introduce to you another category for which we are to present an award. And I'd be greatly helped if you could put it up on the screen, because I can't actually... That's it. That keyword, the best business application on the internet. And I'm hopeful that this award will attract a broad range of brilliant candidates. It's a very, very broad category. And the trustees, we're not going to limit it, are we, Pete? We're going to let it be broad, because business is boundless. The relationship with the internet as the new form of not only expression, but of computation in terms of modelling and working out options, and it applies to the whole. The core of the internet is still the connection between ideas, and the mechanisms, the servers that have been linked together, are facilitators, but maybe they can be a bit more than that. There's a lot of software-driven ideas, and the new net-driven ideas, they can be anything. They can be advances turning one business into another, merging a profession and a manufactory, because we don't know quite what the future holds, what our children and grandchildren will need to sustain life on the planet, sustain progress, social and educational, and of the soul. I'm hoping we will find the very best of young or older New Zealanders, and that our judging panel will act wisely, and that this part of Lizzie's bequest will serve New Zealand well. And I commend the idea to you, and seek your support, not only in the secret auction, where my wine cellar's going down the tubes, but in the future, because foundations to be successful don't just start with a big boom. They need, like every entrepreneurial business, they actually take quite a long time to develop and they need a lot of support. And I would seek that you help the trustees, who are getting old and weary, in building that support through the community. And I commend this award to you. And I'd just like to say, Pete, it's been stressful for you in this process, but it's also healing, and I hope it helps. Thank you very much.